6 months ago, at the beginning of the year, I was sitting in my room and all I could think was, this has to be the year I finally start chasing my dream. I think we've all had that moment where we tell ourselves, I'll start someday. Someday when I have more time, someday when I have more money, someday when I'm more talented. But that day I realized something, that my dream was never going to chase itself. And the perfect time to start was never just going to magically appear. So instead of waiting for a moment that was never going to arrive, I have to work now with what I have. And these last 6 months of doing that has taught me more than just sitting there dreaming ever did. So today I'm going to show you what I did, share some tips and advice for chasing a grand, seemingly impossible dream so we can do it together.
And action.
Hi everyone, my name is Issa Starr and my dream is to become a singer, actress, dancer, and songwriter. Yes, I have lofty dreams. This isn't advice from someone who's already made it. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still figuring things out as I go along too. And I'm chasing that dream every day. But I wanted to make this because if you've been putting off a dream of your own, that maybe seeing what I've actually done and hearing some advice will help you take that first step. Every story has a beginning. Let this be yours. The first thing you need to do is figure out, what does your dream actually require? And I know this seems like the boring part and you're probably like, all right, heard it before, we're done here. What you're thinking isn't exactly what I'm thinking. I'm sure you know your dream is going to take commitment. It's going to take time, it's going to take money, it's going to take patience, it's going to take a lot of things from you. But that's not exactly what I'm saying. I'm talking more about doing research about what your dream, well, whatever that may be, actually requires of you to do. So for example, I wanted to know what being an actress actually required. So I researched headshots, resumes, demo reels, etc. to try and figure out what exactly I needed to become an actress. But if you're serious about your dream, it's worth learning what it takes to actually get there. And yes, that does include, are you willing to do it? 2 is to start practicing before you think you're ready, because if you keep waiting for a moment when you think you're ready, it's never gonna come. Research is important, but there comes a point where you have to actually put into practice what you have researched. You're never gonna stop researching, you're never gonna stop learning, but you have to start putting into practice what you've learned. You have to work with what you have now. So what I did is I took pretend headshots. What that basically looked like was I set up a sheet and a camera and I took pretend headshots, practicing posing. I made a mock demo reel, putting together some clips to kind of get a feel for it. I made several pretend resumes just to practice and get in that headspace. Again, none of these were the actual final thing, but they were definitely practice for what I eventually wanted to be that final thing. And to watch videos. There's all over YouTube, and I'm sure there are videos to help you with the dream you're chasing. I committed to singing every day, and after months of consistency, I have finally started to see practice. I practice acting by setting up my phone on a tripod and sometimes with just a stack of books and practice doing the same scene over and over and over again, picking it apart, figuring out what I did right, what I did wrong, what I need to improve on, and basically just practicing it over and over again. Every night I head outside to work on my dance choreography, and I'm at the point where I'm making up my own dance choreography, and I love it. I started this YouTube channel to document my journey. Now are you starting to pick up 2 themes along the things that I'm saying? I challenged myself to do something I said I'd never do and learn guitar and learn piano. Right now I only know 2 chords on the guitar, but that's 2 chords more than I knew months ago. Or learning where the piano keys are and different chords on the piano. You might not have the things I have. I have been extremely blessed to have so many different opportunities and things to use to help me achieve my dreams. To have a guitar, to have a phone or a computer or internet or any of the things that I have used in what I just listed. But you have to start with what you have. And maybe you don't have the things I have, or maybe you have way more than I have. Use what you have. Now the 2 things that I wanted you to pick up on as I was listening to things that I tried to do is consistency and practice. Because that is the most important thing right now, is to just get consistent in it, to practice it. And those things are really key, and I know everyone says that, but it's true. I'm not saying all these things because I'm like, oh, look at me, look what I've done. I want to show you that you can actually do achievable things right now that are definitely going to help you in the long run. just taking small steps to practice and being consistent in it, and it's going to change things. And 3, turn your dream into a plan. One thing that has really helped me, and I don't know if it's obvious or if I feel super smart for just doing it, but either way, one thing I have done is if you take your dream and break it down into realistic, achievable, tangible next steps. So instead of saying, I want to be an actress, you say, what is the next step that I can take that will actually bring me closer to becoming an actress, that I can do right now? Because if you just keep thinking about this big, lofty goal or dream you have, it's going to feel daunting, overwhelming, and you're just going to keep procrastinating. I know because I've done it so many times. If you make a list and the achievable goals that you can have, you can even work backwards from the great goal all the way down to the little tiny steps that you can do right now. If you tackle those tiny little steps first, it's a snowball effect. It's a ripple effect. Just gotta throw that one in there for somebody I love who's watching this video. So for example, for me that means, I'm so Southern. For me that means gaining experience. So that means taking acting classes. So what did I do? I researched and enrolled in an acting class because I have to tackle that one little step first if I ever want to become here. You see where I'm going with this? You don't have to do everything at once. You just have to take that next step. Looking back, none of these things are going to seem very profound or they're not going to seem life-changing on their own. But when you put them all together, you're going to see something change. One dance isn't going to make me a dancer. One singing class isn't going to make me a singer. One acting class isn't going to make me an actress. But months and months of hard work and showing up and actually putting in the patience, time, and consistency, that kind of sounded weird, but I think you know what I meant. Those small little baby steps feel incredibly small. But you're going to realize as you go further that they were way bigger than you think they are, because nothing is more important than that experience and practice that you gained along the way. I have learned more, grown more confident and closer to my dream than I ever thought possible in just 6 months. Maybe your dream isn't acting, maybe it's being an artist or a musician or starting a business or a YouTube channel. Whatever your dream is, it's not going to happen by accident, and it's not just going to fall into your lap. You have to put in the hard work and effort, and everyone says that, but here's what you need to do. You need to write down your goal, figure out what it takes, make a plan, and then go for it. Don't worry about doing everything today. Just take that one small step. And one day you'll be able to look back and realize those small steps took you further than you ever would have thought possible. I'd love to know what your guys' dreams are. Let me know in the comments the dream you're currently chasing, the goal you're going after, and we can encourage each other and be there for each other. And it can be awesome. Let's do this. And if you'd like to follow my journey as I continue chasing mine, I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.